Hi, I'm Tiger Joyce, President of the American Tort Reform Association. Among other civil justice issues that ATRA is focused on these days is the backroom nature of relationships between a growing number of activist state attorneys general and the politically supportive private sector personal injury lawyers they hire to conduct lawsuits on behalf of their states. Because such hiring arrangements are often made on a contingency fee basis with little or no public scrutiny, they raise serious questions about whether they serve the public's interest in justice or merely the AG's and lawyers' respective interests in political gain and profit-making, especially when resulting lawsuits provide big paydays for the lawyers, and the lawyers then turn around and write big campaign checks to the AGs who hired them. The lawsuits generated by these no-bid contingency fee arrangements usually target major employers within a state or even an entire industry, and they may be based on novel legal theories, such as when out-of-state personal injury lawyers convinced a former Rhode Island Attorney General to let them bring a massive public nuisance lawsuit against the former makers of lead paint. That lawsuit ultimately failed when Rhode Island's own Supreme Court overturned the trial court's activist decision. But as we at ATRA, our allies, the Wall Street Journal, and other media critics have noted, these types of lawsuits are seen increasingly by some in state government as a means to raise revenue without raising taxes during an economic downturn. Importantly, critics also note that these so-called pay-to-play contracts between AGs and personal injury lawyers lack the basic transparency and competitive bidding that good government standards require. Accordingly, ATRA developed a 5-point transparency code that it has urged state attorneys general to incorporate into their procedures when, in limited circumstances, their hiring of outside counsel may be justified. Simply put, ATRA's transparency code is designed to shine sunlight on the state's hiring of outside counsel and to ensure that citizens and taxpayers know how their money is being spent. Our transparency code's 5 principles include, number 1, disclosure. All state contracts with vendors, including outside counsel, should be posted on the internet for public inspection. Number 2, value. To ensure that taxpayers get the highest quality services at the best value, attorneys general should make every effort to competitively bid contracts for outside counsel unless extraordinary circumstances require assistance from a specific legal expert with technical or scientific experience not generally available. Number 3, oversight. All contracts with outside counsel should be subject to third-party government review. Number 4, reporting. Outside counsel providing services to states on a contingency fee basis should be required to disclose detailed information on the hours worked, services performed, and fees received, provided this reporting does not undermine the attorney-client privilege. And finally, number 5, accountability. All monies recovered by the Attorney General in excess of $250,000 as a result of lawsuits won or settled by the state should be deposited in the state treasury for appropriation by the legislature unless a settlement with the Attorney General's office stipulates that the fund shall be allocated to a specific entity. At no time shall an Attorney General enter into a settlement that allows the Office of the Attorney General to disseminate funds at its discretion. In order to spur further substantive discussion of these principles at the March 2010 meeting of the National Association of Attorneys General here in Washington, ATRA prepared a report entitled Setting the Course, which it provided to members of that association and its Best Practices Task Force. The report studied and graded existing law and procedures in the 50 states that govern the hiring of outside counsel. Meanwhile, as 2010 primary and general elections near, ATRA has created an AG candidate questionnaire that asks all such candidates to declare their intentions with respect to the 5 principles of our transparency code. As candidates provide or fail to provide their responses to our questionnaire, ATRA will make that information public and otherwise work to make the issue of hiring outside counsel a significant part of election year debates. If you'd like to review ATRA's Setting the Course report, our Attorney General candidate questionnaire, or otherwise learn more about ATRA and what it does to educate the public and make our civil justice system more fair and equitable, please visit our soon-to-be updated website at atra.org. Thank you very much.